Welcome to Abundance Recoded, where we go into depth in remembering the conditioning that we learned as children that are preventing us from having the fulfillment, success, love, and abundance that is rightfully ours. As a child, I have distinct memories of playing childhood games. Musical chairs, duck, duck, goose, tag, and I'm sure there are many others where there was always someone who was trying to survive. And maybe that's a weird way of looking at it. But in my work with my clients and work with myself, I can see how playing those games have set my nervous system and body up to a place where it feels like it can lose something, that something could be taken away from me without me having a choice. And the one game that I feel really gets to this, because I remember Duck, Duck, Goose, but the one that stands out to me the most is musical chairs. You start that game, everyone has a chair, the music plays, and when the music stops, there's one less chair, and you have to fight for the chairs that are left so that you are not the last one standing where you lose a chair. Unknowingly, this taught our nervous system and body that there's not enough, that there's never enough, that even when we feel safe, that there is enough, that something can be taken away from us, and then there's not enough. Because at the beginning of that game, everyone has a chair, a seat at the table. And if your childhood was like mine, we didn't just play that game once. That was like a game that people wanted to play because it seemed fun at the time. Although, I don't know if I really felt that. It was so nerve-wracking, this idea that I wouldn't have a chair. It's all in good fun. It is, but when you're a child learning how the world works, and you are learning games in school that tell you that there's never enough, or that when there is enough, you can't be safe with that because someone can take it away, stays with you. And your body and your mind are like, it's scanning your environment for threats. This is its job, to keep you safe no matter how much your life sucks. It is scanning and scanning and scanning. Are you safe? Are you safe? Are you safe? And as you grow up and become an adult, it's still scanning, but it's using all of the data points that it has learned since you were a child as to why you're not safe. It's the proof of why you're not safe. So when you're trying to find yourself, to feel the abundance, the love, the success, the freedom, the peace, we have only moments of it because it's not safe to keep it because someone else is going to take it away from you. So you go looking for it again. It's not safe to keep. It's like you're preempting yourself because along the way, we have been taught that someone's going to take it away from us, to not get comfortable with it, to not trust that it will always be there, because something outside of ourselves is going to tell us that we can't have it anymore. So we allow ourselves a moment, some of us seconds, sometimes minutes or days, and then we're back out there trying to find that next level of peace or that next level of success, the next level of abundance, the next level of love, because your nervous system doesn't see it as safe to keep because it believes somebody's going to take it away from you. It's why we feel like we need more, constantly, more success, more money. Because if you have more, then if somebody takes it away from you, you'll still have some left. Those games as children, done in pure fun, with no, I don't know what the word is, like the teachers didn't do this on purpose. They didn't know, it was taught to them. And the kids do enjoy it. Those that enjoy that competitiveness, which is what it's taught as, right, this competition. It's great, but even for them, I would say their nervous system is still probably reacting from that place. Competition is a myth. We all have our own design. We all have our own unique gifts, our unique greatness within us. But we're taught that that's not enough, that we have to compete for limited resources. First and foremost, you are life expressed. Every moment that you breathe, you are life expressed. Air is unlimited for the most part. They're showing me things like, if you were trapped inside a bubble, sure. But for most of us, air is unlimited. We expect it to be there in every moment. But we're conditioned through these games. And it's not just musical chairs. I'm seeing it, or dodgeball, which that's a whole different podcast in itself. That we have to compete to survive. That we have to compete to get resources. That we have to compete for success, abundance, money, love, fulfillment, whatever it is. Because there's not enough, and someone else has it. Someone else has that chair that you wanted in musical chairs. And what happens when you are not the person who is strong enough, competitive enough, cunning enough to have gotten a seat when the music stopped playing in that game? What did it teach you about you? Not enough. I have to take what I can get. Someone will always have more than I do. That there's someone out there that has what I want and I have to get it from them. That I'm not good enough. I'm not strong enough. I'm weak. I have to do better. I have to push harder, force harder. Make it more known that I am here. And all of those things are running in that repetitive scanning that I was talking about, your nervous system going. And unfortunately, your nervous system is looking for more and more proof that that's true in your life, and it will create it. I see this in clients all the time. Like, maybe you're doing the inner work and healing the trauma and the beliefs, but if your nervous system and body are like, no, like, this is not who you are. You are not enough. Someone else is going to have what you want always. That is all you're ever going to get. No matter how much manifesting work you do, how many rituals you do to try to manifest, no matter what you do, what job you have, what partner you have, because it all starts and ends with you. None of those people are actually creating your experience. You're creating it, and they're just playing the role that you have assigned to them based on your conditioning that you learned as a child. And I would say conditioning is happening even up until this point, but it starts in childhood. None of that conditioning is who you are. Who you knew you to be before the world told you you couldn't be her or him. And right now, what we're going through in this planet is going back to remembering who we were before we played the games of musical chairs, tag, duck, duck, goose, that taught us that being that version of ourselves is not enough, and that someone else has what we want, that we have to fight for it, or we'll be seen as weak. Now look at where your life is today and where that's showing up. It's showing up every time you look at your bank account, and there isn't enough money in there. And your mind automatically goes to blaming to whoever, because the TV and the media says that that's the reason why you don't have what you want. When really it starts with simple things that you learned as a child, that your nervous system and body took as a threat. This is why we stay in jobs that we hate. This is why we beg, borrow, and steal to get a 30-cent raise and then make ourselves be happy about it. This is why we let companies tell us what we're worth and what we have to do to get it. You weren't designed to live that way. It's only the conditioning that you've been taught from a young age through school, religion, culture, parents, friends, society, TV, that have taught you all these conditions and loopholes that are preventing you from having the life that you were meant to live. That knowing inside of you that you were meant for more, that life wasn't supposed to be this way, life was supposed to be easier, is true. And that's what you were designed for. Struggle and sacrifice is just a story out of conditioning. And when we let go of the conditioning, when we start to see where we've been conditioned to act a certain way, we start to recognize it in our day-to-day lives, and we can choose differently. Choose not to act as a condition, and remember that the bank account doesn't hold any power, and that no one outside of you is preventing you from having more money in there. It's only the conditioning and stories you tell yourself that are creating that experience. And when you start to choose differently and stop reacting from the conditioning, your story and what you see in your bank account will change. Because all money is life expressed through you. But all that conditioning is preventing life from expressing itself through you the way you were designed. But when you start recognizing the conditioning, choosing to move differently, stopping it from preventing you from living in the ways you know you have, and you allow life to express through you without all that conditioning, then money just becomes a symptom of the fact that you're doing that. The reason why the bank account, well, part of it is maybe not as full as you want, is because you're allowing the conditioning of the world to tell you what you can and cannot have, can and cannot do, whether you're weak or strong, whether you're worthy or not, or that someone outside of you has what you want and you need to be angry about it. It's all conditioning. Now, in my programs, in my school group, which is just for women right now, or a private session, this is what I do. I help you heal. I say recode, because it's really code in your nervous system is just ones and zeros, and it's recoding. To recode your nervous system, your body, so that it sees life expressing through you the way you were designed as safe. And it's scanning for proof of that, instead of scanning for proof that you're not enough, that there's never enough, that you always have to get more, that what you have now isn't safe, that someone will take it from you, so that your nervous system stops creating proof that that's true. The life that you feel called to live exists, and it's not outside of yourself. It is about recoding your life through you so that you tell yourself different stories, you see different possibilities, you see the opportunities, and life just becomes freer and easier, the way you were meant to be. Because in the end, you are love, and not unconditional love or conditional love. Love is what the universe is made of. It's not an emotion. I think that's where people get stuck. This love I talk about is not an emotion. And if your world is not the way you want it to, it's because you have absence of love, and conditioning keeps you in the illusion of fear. Fear is an illusion that you have gotten through conditioning. And when you release the conditioning, the fear goes away, and you remember that you're in charge of what happens to you. Your story is yours. And you take the reins back and live from that point. And life gets easier. It flows easier. Things happen faster. And it's all within your control. It's time to remember that. Come back to that truth. If you want to recode, you can find my information, a private session, or if you're a woman, join the school group. I am working on some other things to allow others into this space. It's just not there yet, but it should be in July. So If you're ready to recode, do so. If not, you can just sit with this and choose to move through the day, recognizing the conditioning, and choose different. Bye for now.